actually put a cigarette.
You can do that right in there. It's like, I saw it at the same time you mentioned that. How fucking cool is that, right? We've got all kinds of posters and cool Grateful Dead artifacts that we're going to be checking out here today. Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to Bay Area Babylon. We are here today back in Grass Valley, California for the 60th anniversary of the Grateful Dead's Retrospective. We're here on December 6th, and actually 2 days prior to this, we just dedicated the plaque in downtown San Jose with San Jose Rocks, commemorating the Grateful Dead's first performance of the band under that name at a small Victorian house down in San Jose. And today we are up at my buddy Brian Chambers' place up here in Grass Valley, the Chambers Project, and they're doing a 60-year retrospective on the Grateful Dead. And let me tell you, this is awesome. You're really gonna enjoy this if you like history, if you love music, especially if you love the Grateful Dead. So let's check it out. And the first thing we have right here is the Anthem of the Sun. Now, this was the cover of the Dead's second album, Anthem of the Sun, back in 1967, and it was basically, it was by an artist named Bill Walker, who had once been the roommate of Phil Lesh and one time keyboardist Tom Constantin before the trio of them relocated to San Francisco. All right, and I know Brian has shown me this before, but he did this out in the Valley of Fire when they were living in Las Vegas. And the Valley of Fire, of course, is right outside of there, but kind of where you get the flames motif and the whole style right there. But yeah, from what Brian said, he went back and found this. I mean, even the frame is gorgeous. Just look at the roses, the skulls, just beautiful. The Trips Festival poster, wow. I mean, that is something else. That is from 1966. If you look right there, it does say The Grateful Dead. It also just says The Holding Company. Interesting. Maybe Big Brother hadn't yet taken it on. Right here is another poster, and this one's by Owsley. Beautiful, beautiful stuff here. And he signed it right down there, right down the corner. Owsley Bear Stanley. And check this out. This is an original acid test poster. I can't believe that. Wow, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Gathering of the Tribes. The Human Being back in 1967 that was held in Golden Gate Park. Allen Ginsberg, Lawrence Ferlinghetti, Gary Snyder, Michael McClure, Robert Baker, Buddha. Oh, wow. Okay, it also says, of course, Timothy Leary, Richard Alpert, Dick Gregory. Wow. Polo Grounds right there. Signed by the man himself, Rick Griffin. Wow. There's the masterpiece right there. The Skeleton Mid Roses by Edmund J. Sullivan, British illustrator of the late 19th century and 20th centuries. Wow. He created this for the 1913 edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, a famed Persian poem translated by Edward Fitzgerald. Sullivan's imagery blended allegory and irony, often exploring themes of beauty, mortality, and spiritual reflection, I'll say. In 1966, San Francisco poster artists Stanley Mouse and Alton Kelly discovered Sullivan's skeleton sketch right here, doing research at the San Francisco Public Library. After stealthily removing the page with a pocket knife, the pair appropriated the image for an upcoming poster advertising the Grateful Dead's September performance at the Avalon Ballroom. That's it. That's beautiful. Wow. There's Owsley's acid test poster. You can see he signed it right down here at the bottom. It says Bear Owsley Stanley. And of course, Bear was his nickname due to his excessive body hair. Wow. Here, of course, is another beautiful original acid test poster.
Yeah. Okay, we're done here.
Writing by Jerry Garcia. Look at that. That's for the Big Beat one. Wow. You know, they had one in San Jose, up in San Francisco. The first one, unofficial one, was down in Santa Cruz in the little town of SoCal. But wow, look at that. That's from the Big Beat, from when they did it there. Rick Griffin's original Reckoning from 1969 here. What a long, strange trip it's been. Rick's favorite version, it says, 1977. So here we got Alton Kelly's 1978 poster from when the Dead played it in Egypt, of course. Greg Irons' free show. It says the show was canceled. From 1970. Wow. Stanley Mouse. There you go. That is beautiful. Wow. Beautiful. Wow. Look at that. You got Jerry and Pigpen, Kesey, Neil at the wheel, the boys. Yeah, wow. Such a cool. Victor Moscoso. Okay. Moscoso. Wow. Wow, Avalon Ballroom. These 8 vital areas during the test. I'll tell you, these guys have a sense of humor.
It's whatever, you know. You've already seen everything. Yeah, everybody gets it. Yeah.
There it is, without a net. Rick Griffin, signed right down there. Wow. Wow.
Why not? Once you pack your stuff up, and then yeah, because then you can actually here. We'll pack your stuff up and then go to our house. And then you can come back here. Cool. Cool. Sounds good. I'm exactly right now.
Excuse me. Rick Griffin, 1984. Wow. Berkeley Community Center. Skull and top hat. Rick Griffin as well right here. Look at that. Look at that. That is so cool. And right above that, we've got Philip Garris as the fiddler. Another Rick Griffin here. Wow, 20 years so far from 1985. 20th anniversary. Look at that. Conversations with the Dead. Grateful Dead interview book. David Gans. Right there. Look at that. Whoa, cool. the old, wow, they got an old Winterland poster here, $3 tickets, $3.50 at the door. You can buy it from City Lights Bookstore, the Psychedelic Shop, Ballylow, the Town Squire, Menlo Park, Kepler's Bookstore, of course. Wow. Right above that is an original Fillmore poster right there. Wow. Look at that, Grateful Dead and Telluride, 1987. Wow. Got the original ticket stub too. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. Look at that bad boy. That is beautiful. Wow. Fillmore Auditorium. Got a couple of pill bottles there, of course, leaking out of the good doctor's bag. This is actually when you go in the front entrance to the museum here, to the gallery, I should say. This bad boy, the good doctor, stays right in front of it. Oh, dude, you're good. I'll be out of here real quick, man. Thank you.
What's cool about this, I just noticed, you can actually put a cigarette.
You can do that right in there? It's like, I saw it at the same time you mentioned that. How fucking cool is that, right?
Yeah, last night.
You got up to that show, dude? That was so fucking good. That was so good. Welcome to the Chambers Project. The Hitchhiker, Dr. Gonzo, and Raoul Duke picked him up on the way from LA to Vegas. Look at that. And that is, I believe that's a Ralph Steadman. I believe Brian told me that he helped create the bronze statues. How cool is that? This piece always has just pulled me in right here. This is my third time back to the museum, and this cat laying out in the field, just on his own trip. And how friggin' cool is that?